So the first reaction we are going to get into tonight is going to be Wardruna and Aurora, and the song is called Helvegen, and it looks like it's a live performance. So I would imagine the fact that Aurora is doing anything with this band, that this band is probably pretty good and pretty magnificent. So I'm very excited to check this out today. Oh my good God, man. They just like took it up like another like level with the energy like right there that I wasn't prepared with. Another example, I think, of another just great vocalist in someone like Aurora that just really knows how to entrance you into a song. And like I think that the overall like just like the way that her voice sounds, then the way that his voice sounds, and just the overall like this the mood of the music, it's a very like a meditative like state like it kind of like puts you into. And it makes me feel like this is like a very like historic like song, if that makes any sense. Like a song that was like a very like much of like of a very specific group of people. And I don't want to like assume things, and I hate to just like equate it to like just to say it something as simple as like Vikings, because I don't think it's just quite as easy as saying that. And I don't want to be wrong about it, but it really makes me feel like it's like something like of that kind of like nature and quality, where like I feel like this song, like I don't even know if like it doesn't feel like they wrote it, if that makes sense. But if they did, like that's actually like super cool that you're able to write something like this today that sounds like it's been a song that's been sung for thousands of years, if that makes any sense. So I don't really know what to say about this song other than that that's kind of how it's making me feel. Like it's just very like moving, and it just makes you kind of like feel like to believe in something like kind of bigger than yourself a little bit. So yeah, it's translating really well to me. I love the fact that like I think that it's kind of like a universal language amongst like the entire world, that the idea of like death has been tied to the idea of ravens. And like no matter like which group of people, no matter which society, no matter where it is, it's all kind of been equated to that in so many different ways. And so like when I think about the idea of like, somebody mentioned in the chat that this was like a Nordic like song about basically like kind of like finding death, if you will. So I definitely feel all those vibes like coming up from it. That's like all the lyrical content really pushes in that kind of direction. So like getting that kind of confirmation only just makes kind of more sense to me. And the fact that like that's exactly kind of what this song is kind of like really just kind of like preparing for that, you know, preparing for the afterlife, and preparing for just like, you know, the end of the life on earth as we know it. So again, very moving, very just deep, just very, very deep.
Jeg vet ei at aldri døy, domer om døden kveld. Tusen takk for oss.
Wow, that was one amazing, and what an amazing way to kind of end that song just in general, with just like that, like leaving you like on a hook to just really think about. We've talked about this, I think, a couple times on the channel, of really just the idea of like, you know, thinking about the things that you think about at the end of your life, and looking back on your life. And I've talked about a few times about how I think about my death a lot, and like, you know, it's not necessarily the healthiest thing in the world to think about it probably as much as I do, but I think about it a lot about the idea of like, how are people going to remember me? Because like he said, that's one thing that never dies, even though we go and we leave. People are never going to forget how they remembered you, and how you made them feel. I feel like a mentor told me that very early in my my career in the military, that I think really kind of gave me a lot of perspective in my young service life, where he said that, if the one thing that I've learned about people is that, you could say a million different things to them, but the one thing that people will never forget about you is how you make them feel. You know what I mean? Whether you made them feel comfortable, whether you made them laugh, whether you made them feel uncomfortable or off-put, whatever. They're always going to remember the feeling that you gave them, not necessarily always the thing that maybe you said. So that kind of always stuck with me, and I kind of thought about that in terms of like what he was saying about, like, a man's reputation or a person's reputation never dies. And that is kind of really the truth, right? When I think about anybody who's passed on in my life, all I'm thinking about is their reputation, not what they could have been, about what they were when they were here. I think a lot about this one person specifically in my life where, they died way too young, as many of people in my life have, where they were on such a great path in life, where they had finally started turning a few things around in their personal life, and they were like on the journey to be the best versions of themselves. And all that stopped one day, you know what I mean? And it all just changed, and it's like, wow, like, a lot of people didn't get a chance to see all the progress that you had made in such a short time too, you know what I mean? And the impact that she would have had in the world if she still was around today, you know what I mean? And I think about her quite often, you know what I mean? I think about her all the time, like, when the last couple of elections have happened, I think about her almost every time, because she's the kind of person who would bring it up to me even though I wouldn't want to talk about it. You know what I mean? She'd be like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I'm like, I don't want to talk about any of that shit. And she'd always bring it up to me. So I miss her every day. And the good thing about that is, like, her reputation is going to live on in a positive light in my world. You know what I mean? And I just wish more people would have been able to see that. And again, a complete side note of when it comes to this song, kind of getting me on a complete side tangent with this today. But I really appreciate the suggestion, because it gave me a chance to really think about her for a minute, and just think about how much I missed her. And this song kind of gave me that. So you never really know what song is going to make me think about what or whatever. So that's why I feel like there's really never a bad suggestion in the Johnny Foxtrot world. I might not like it or love it always, but a lot of times, especially when it comes to stuff like this, it'll make me think about something. So I appreciate the suggestion. Thank you so much for that.